California's death row, the nation's largest and most troubling, with over 700 individuals currently awaiting execution, gotten from the Death Penalty Information Center in 2018. My intention today is to persuade the Supreme Court that the death penalty should be banned in the United States. I will discuss the problems with banning the death penalty, the solutions to banning the death penalty, and the benefits of banning the death penalty. An article from Harvard Law written by Elaine McCardle in 2023 stated that the problem with banning the death penalty is due to lack in political will and judicial actions to do so, and without a significant shift in political landscape or a major landmark Supreme Court case ruling, such actions like the death penalty become a significant challenge. The severity of the problem is that without a case such as the Furman versus Georgia, the Supreme Court ruling, the death penalty across the nation is pretty much unlikely. And for context, the Furman versus Georgia case is about an individual named Foreman who was caught robbing a house, and as soon as he tried to escape, he fell down. Now, the armor he was carrying went off, killing a resident who was staying at that home. Due to that, he was sentenced to death. Not saying what he did was a good act, but he could have gotten other sentences like life in jail or 50 years in jail because he didn't really intend on killing anybody. Or cases like other people who were sentenced to death and were actually innocent. Cases like this are what leads to more unnecessary loss of life, both literally and figuratively. If the problem of the death penalty is not solved, the inhumane discrimination practices will continue to go on in the United States, and failure to abolish this can undermine the efforts to reform criminal justice systems. We just discussed the problems with banning the death penalty. Now I will discuss the solutions to banning the death penalty. An article from American Constitution Society in 2020 provided some plans that I plan on using, like advocating for a legislation at the federal state level to abolish capital punishment. Several states have already banished this, but the federal law has a major power that could help abolish this nationwide. I also plan to challenge the death penalty by I also plan on challenging the death penalty on constitutional grounds by using the 8th Amendment, which prohibits cruel or unusual punishment, and the 14th Amendment, which guarantees equal protection under the law. How has this plan worked? As stated before, several states have already banned the death penalty, such as Virginia being the latest in 2021, and there have also been some legal challenges that were found unconstitutional when the death penalty law was revised. Now that I have discussed the problems with banning the death penalty and the solutions to ban the death penalty, I will now discuss the benefits of banning the death penalty in the United States. An article from procons.org in 2021 described major benefits that could be used, such as avoiding cruel and unusual punishment, preventing the execution of innocent people, and cost. Normally when people are put on the death penalty, they don't get sentenced, they don't kill them like the moment they're sentenced to death. They do have to stay in prison for probably a long time, or they're on like the line of people who are sentenced to death. So they still have to provide them food and housing and all these things that could be used on other prisoners that are sent to jail as well. How has this been implemented? The first state to abolish the death penalty was Michigan in 1846, and as stated again, Virginia being the latest in 2021. And states like this are what help advocate for more, or help advocate the, states like this are what help persuade or advocate for the ban of the death penalty. Today, my intention was to persuade the Supreme Court that the death penalty should be banned in the United States. I discuss the problems behind the death penalty, the solutions to ban the death penalty, and the benefits of banning the death penalty. One signature can help end the death penalty. Please contact the Death Penalty Information Center at 202-289-2275. Life can be taken back.